Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, Nathan. We've made it to a special Christmas episode of Absurd Arguments. My name is
Bro.
Matthew. What?
You gotta do, you can't, we're not like a supermarket. We can't just skip to Christmas right after Halloween. Like, Thanksgiving's next. You gotta do something like thankful sounding, or like gobble like a turkey, like gobble, gobble, gobble,
But Walmart says it's Christmas.
Okay, if Walmart was jumping off a cliff, would you do it?
No, because it's a building.
Good. So, then therefore, if they say it's Christmas, what do they know?
Yeah, good point.
Anyway,
Okay.
We're Matthew and Nathan, this guy who's skipping a bunch of holidays just to get to Christmas is Matthew.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot. We're also skipping Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to all you veterans that listen to our dumb comedy podcast. I guess, is that what you want me to say? Because if you skip Veterans Day, that means you're going straight to Thanksgiving, and there's clearly something there in between.
Okay, look, do I have to Google all the holidays before now and Thanksgiving so we can shout out each one?
I mean, I'm not doing anything right now. Well, I've got some time.
Not doing anything right now. I love how highly you think of our podcast we record
together. See, folks, this is what friendly banter sounds like, because today we are going to be talking about Friends.
Yeah.
Not the TV show.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Not the TV show.
But, Nathan, you have devised a quiz for us, and you have entailed my help as well. So would you please describe the garbage we're about to do?
Yeah. So I figured, since our episode today is on friendship, and, we have to put up with each other forgetting holidays between now and Christmas, I figured it would be fun if we quizzed each other. So we're going to test to see how well we know one another, because if you just Google friend quizzes online, they have a million of them. Like, what's my favorite flower or something like that. And most of the time you can send those quizzes out to somebody and they take it for you and then they'll get back to you. But for us, we're just going to ask each other the questions and go from there and see how well we know one another.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll do this at the beginning of the episode so that if we get all the answers completely wrong, you get to see our friendship fail in real time.
And that's the beauty of our disastrous culture today, where people are more focused on other people's failures than their successes.
That could be a future episode topic, Matthew. Let's get started.
All right. Would you fire away the first question you have?
Sure. Okay. So I got mine from dudequiz.com. That seemed like the manliest place to get my questions from. So, and it has multiple choice. So we'll help you along, okay?
Okay.
All right. Which kind of food do I prefer? Steak, burger, pizza, or salad?
Candy.
Wrong. It was pizza.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just, went straight to junk food for you.
Okay.
All right, Nathan, I have a question for you from Teen Vogue.
Cool.
I don't have any answers, so this is an open-ended question.
Okay.
What bodily function do you wish would just go away?
No, wait. So the way you're asking this, it's from your perspective, right? Like, I have to imagine which bodily function you would like to go away.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. Um, you don't seem like a fan of burps. I'm gonna say you'd get rid of those.
Hmm. You
You,
know,
you seem like you seem like the guy who enjoys eating a few bean burritos and farting a bunch in your car,
why
but
do
you
you think
dislike
I would enjoy that? That's no,
because
no.
we're friends and I enjoy that.
Oh no. No, actually, I would do away with the bodily function of farting because it's easy to disguise a burp. It is very difficult to disguise a fart.
Ah, yeah, okay, good point.
All
All
right.
right, here's mine. What's my favorite vehicle? Train, plane, car, or bus?
You know, I've always pictured you as a train guy, but I don't think it is. I think you're more of a bus guy.
I'm not a bus guy. More of a car guy,
Man,
but I'd go for trains.
we talked about, when I was in England out of the double decker bus, and you're just like, whoa, that's cool. Did you ride on it? And I was like, no. And then you went for 10 minutes and autistically described everything great about the double decker bus.
Hmm. uh, that was old Nathan. New Nathan just prefers his car.
Oh, okay. I need you to describe my dream house.
Okay. Your dream house is a single wide trailer on the beach in Madagascar. And there's no porch really. It's just a bunch of varying sized logs to get inside.
Mm,
And when you go inside, um, all that's on the walls are like decorative plates that you like to collect.
mm-hmm.
Um, the kitchen is mostly paper products, except you do have one drawer full of different size spoons.
Mm.
And in your bedroom, you don't you have like 5 hammocks, and um, you like to sleep in a different hammock every night. That's your ideal house.
Wow.
Was
You
that close?
somehow, I I don't understand why, but somehow you got almost every single thing so close to being the worst possible outcome of what I would want. Except for
You live
Madagascar, that part would be cool. But almost everything else you said was so incredibly wrong that it baffles me that I would even call you my good friend.
you're not a decorative plate guy?
Nathan, you said I was wanting to live in a trailer.
Single wide.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nathan, have you ever been to a trailer park before?
I grew up in a double wide.
You are a double wide.
Friendship over.
Okay, Nathan. All right, shoot me.
Okay. Um, what is my favorite slang term in electronic communications?
Mm.
Do you want me to give you options?
Yes, please.
Okay, we've got OMG, LOL, IDK, and it says WTF, but I'd probably change it to WTH for heck.
Um, honestly, I thought it was gonna be skibbity, but I guess that's not it. Um, I suppose it would be IDK because you are so unknowledgeable about a lot of things that every time I text you, hey man, how's it going? I don't know.
Okay. I'm extremely knowledgeable about all sorts of things. You just don't ask me questions about those things.
That's true. I'd normally ask you, did you see this incredible sports play? And you continually text me, Matthew, I've told you before, I don't like sports.
Right. It would probably be bruh. I would text bruh the most.
I do text bruh a lot.
Yeah. All right.
All
Hit
right,
me with
Nathan.
yours.
Uh, what? What is the last lie I told?
The last lie you told. Huh. I mean, it could be pretty recent. Yeah. The last lie you told was you said, "Oh, I'm going to be off today. I'm not going to go to work." And then I get on this call and I'm like, "Hey man, how was your day?" And you're like, "Oh, I just drove back from work." It hurt.
That is actually not true.
There was another lie?
There were a lot of lies. Nathan, you do that for funny comedy stuff.
What?
Yeah. Although I will tell the truth in this instance, that was a lie. Where I said I was going to stay at home and then I ended up going into the office anyways. That that was a lie that I
Right.
told you.
Yes.
Okay, let's do one more each.
Okay. Here's mine. When I'm
Mm-hmm.
bored, Matthew, what do I do? Do I read a book? Do I watch a movie? Do I call a friend? Or do I go running?
Well, we can strike one of those off.
Yeah, calling a friend is usually isn't my first go-to.
Not really. I wouldn't say that. I would probably say you would read a book.
I'd play video games.
Well, yes, but that wasn't a given option.
Oh, I had to pick one of the options. If I'm Here's the thing. If I'm truly bored,
Mm.
that means all my books have been glued shut. My TV is broken. My PS5 is gone.
Mm-hmm.
My laptop has broken down. The Wi-Fi is gone, and my signal for my phone is disappeared. I would go. That would be true boredom, and I think in that instance, I would go running.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'll
but
be
all those other
sure
things have to happen.
be sure to text your boss. Hey, cut all of Nathan's electronics up.
And glue his books shut.
Glue his books shut.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Nathan, we talk a lot, and I have a question to ask you.
Yeah.
What is my favorite piece of random trivia?
Oh, your favorite piece of random trivia?
Mm-hmm.
Goodness. I don't know the things you know? It's it's probably I'm going to take a gamble here. It's probably golf related.
Okay.
Like I don't know. It would be like, did you know that Arnold Palmer made a drink named after himself, which is just half tea, half lemonade? It'd probably be something dumb like that.
Wait, did you really just call my favorite trivia fact dumb?
Yeah, I mean, well, no.
Well, I will be honest, I don't actually have a random trivia fact that's my favorite because
Phew.
I hear it and then I just forget it, so I don't really have one.
You're like, so there's not you're like a go to, like you're at a party and you're standing there. You both have your solo cups full of like punch, and the conversation's lagging, and there's nothing you like to pull out of your hat like, oh hey, did you guys know that such and such and such and such?
Hey, did you know
You
that
never
there are
do that?
613 laws in the Old Testament?
Oh, so fun. What a great random
Yeah,
fact.
I know.
Hey,
Hey, did you know that the reason the pomegranate is engraved in the temple that Solomon built in the Old Testament, because pomegranates signify fertility, and the blessings of God would create a very fertile land for blessing in Israel. Did you know that?
whoa,
That's
what a
pretty cool.
fun, whoa, wow, what a fun fact. What a fun trivia
Yeah.
fact.
Did you know on 9/11?
uh,
It's just you start giving all these facts, and then you slowly break down into conspiracy theories.
did you know that the Mothman abducted
Hey, did you know
5
that?
people in West Virginia?
Did you know that Prospero didn't believe in the moon landing?
Did you know that in our episode on Wizards and Witches, Alex Russo like destroyed 3 witches in a row?
Yeah. Who even thinks of stuff like that?
Darn, we probably shouldn't say stuff like that because that's spoiling our last episode.
It is spoiling. We will. I'll be sure to bleep out the name.
Right.
Yep.
Did you know that in our episode on Wizards and Witches, bro?
Yeah. Who even thinks of stuff like that?
I know you said we both had one last each,
Mm-hmm.
but I wanted to mention one question I just saw.
Okay.
And I just love how the multiple choice limits it to these 4 things, okay?
Mm-hmm.
These 4 qualities are what describes someone's character the best, okay?
Okay.
You can only be one of these 4. You can either be kind, funny, serious, or angry.
Oh my gosh! If your best friend is only angry, get a new best friend. Oh my gosh!
Exactly. There's no other qualities.
Mm-mm.
None. Anyway,
Well,
wow. Did we
that's.
pass?
I don't think we did.
We know each other so well.
I mean, you did know that I do think Madagascar is pretty. That's
Right.
about it.
I think I know you're going to have a drawer full of spoons.
No, I have a drawer full of socks, but that's different.
No, you're going to have a spoon drawer, dude.
Anyways, without lingering here much longer, let's get into the real episode. So let us go ahead and cue that music. We have a few questions to discuss. And
Correct.
the first question is simply this: is it better to have 1 or 2 best friends or numerous normal friends?
Okay. What do you think, Matthew?
I think it is better to have 1 or 2 like really close, really good friends.
Okay.
And I think this because just a little bit of detailing the research, I used the wonderful website known as Bing.com.
Yeah.
And Bing has led me to popsugar.com with the with the article title, "Why Having Just a Few Close Friends is So Much Better Than Having a Ton."
Right.
And one of the things that Mrs. I assume her name's Emily Weaver, but you never know in this day and age. Emily says, I'll be the first to admit that I do sometimes struggle with comparing the types of friendships I have, which I guess is a link to another article she wrote, to ones I see on social media. With things like Instagram being such a huge part of our lives, it's only natural to feel the pangs of jealousy while scrolling through the feed and seeing post after post of large friend groups having a Sunday fun day or weekend getaway.
Yeah.
But even despite this surface level jealousy, I wouldn't change my friend group for the world. Each one of my friendships is so valuable, and I feel incredibly lucky to be able to give each one the attention it deserves. Now that I read this article, I'm realizing this is just a blog post.
I mean, yeah.
Um, here, having just a Emily continues, having just a few close friends means you really know each other, and that goes far
Hmm.
beyond surface level acquaintances. They become your family.
Ah.
Yes.
You know, it makes me wonder. It does bring up an interesting point because she said close friends. Does I'm just curious if girls have more close friends. Like the amount of close friends a girl has is way more than the amount of close friends a guy has. You know,
Mm, that would
like
require really looking and doing research. And
talking to girls and stuff.
yeah, I'm not going to do any of that.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, thanks, Nathan.
Huh, okay. Man, this expert you found, Emily Weaver, golly, she knows a lot.
She sure does. And I'm not going to give her any more screen time. So Nathan, what do you think?
I think it's better to have numerous friends. And look, I could pull from a million different things. But I'm trying to keep it closer to things that I've read in books and seen in movies or TV.
Mhm.
And so I'll mention a couple, okay, in
Okay.
case you're not convinced, all right, on why it's so nice to have multiple friends, okay.
All right.
First off, we have The Great Gatsby. Remember that classic book by F. Scott Fitzgerald? In that book, Jay Gatsby has a lot of friends. He's throwing parties every night, and people come from far and wide to go to his parties, and hang out with
Mm.
him. And he even uses it to reconnect with an old flame who's married. But we don't have to dwell on that. But it's it's just really really nice and refreshing to see somebody with so many good friends. It's really great.
Yeah, but he was depressed.
What? I don't know. No, he wasn't depressed. We don't have to dwell on the ending where he died, and the only two people who went to his funeral were the owl eyes man and Nick. Everyone else was busy. It was his funeral was held on a Tuesday or something.
Yeah,
But
everyone knows Tuesday's one of the most busiest days of the week.
it's middle of the week, beginning of the week. All the projects are piling up.
It's the middle of the week, depending on when you start the week.
Yeah, Monday. Um. Anyway, so
No, that
there's
means it's at the beginning of the week.
but anyway, isn't it a good example of how nice it is to have many, many, many friends?
No, I would say that's actually a worse example than what
I don't know what you're talking about.
that.
Okay. I've got another one.
All
All
right,
right.
go for it.
Now, look, you can't argue with this one. You can try, but you can't.
Okay,
This
if
is
I
from.
can't argue it, why would you bring it up on a podcast called Absurd Arguments?
I'm just saying. I'm hyping it up.
All right, all right,
The
I'm
the
ready to be let
listeners
down.
hey, the listeners will listen to it and they'll go, "Wow, Matthew really can't argue with that."
Okay.
Okay, so this is from the Bible, okay? And this is actually a story told by Jesus himself.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's this story about this guy. He has an older brother, and he's with his dad and older brother. But this younger guy's like, I want to go see the world. I need to get out. That's my calling. And so, Dad, could I just go on and have my inheritance early? And his dad's like, of course, son. I'm definitely not insulted that you pretty much are saying you wish I was dead. I will give you that inheritance. And so he gives it to the son. And you know what he does? He goes out to the city and he makes a ton of friends. And it's just a really heartwarming story about making friends in the city, getting out of your small town,
Mm-hmm.
and going and making friends. So it's
Yeah, I especially
a good
like the
story.
part of that story where he blows all his cash and all those people abandon him, and the only food he can find is in a pig farm, and he eats the same food the pigs do, and he realizes, wow, I am a loser. That's my favorite part of the story.
Oh, I didn't read past verse 12 or whatever. Look, here's the thing. Okay, we
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to focus. See, I think the thing is, Matthew, you're so focused on the ending of these stories of having numerous and many friends that you're
Mm-hmm.
just not appreciating the nuance of having many friends. It's just so much fun.
Okay, so the only pushback I'll give is, Nathan, do you have numerous friends?
Man, I wanted to pull this card on you too. Look, sure. I was about to say all of our listeners are my friends. And then I remembered.
Don't 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 bring them into this. This is a conversation between two men right here. You stare at the screen, that the same screen we're both looking at in different places, and you tell me the truth. Do you have multiple numerous friends?
Define numerous. Because it's way more
My
than
point
three.
stands. My point stands.
Look, okay, fine. Yeah. It really stinks that the majority, unless you start with like one of those manga or anime where the main character has zero friends at the beginning and makes a bunch of
Nerd.
friends,
Nerd.
other than that, every time somebody has a group of friends, it's like they all get abandoned. It used to be like a common plot in sitcoms back in the day where they're like, I'm popular now. I'm a popular kid. Here's all my friends. And then it's like, oh, you did something lame. We're not your friend anymore. And the guy's like, well, at least I have my loser friends.
And you know what they say, Nathan? Art imitates life.
Hmm. Good point.
So anyway, speaking about all that nerd stuff, one of the things that is prevalent in video games, in TV shows, and all these things is the idea of the power of friendship.
Yeah.
Now, depending on whether it's better to have just a few close friends or a whole,
Wait,
you
wait.
know,
We are we we're gonna introduce the tropes first before going into it.
I mean, what do you mean?
I was just gonna say what our next topic is. Like you just kind of went into it.
I'm about to let me go through my train of thought.
Sorry. Continue.
Um Now I've lost my train of thought. Thank you, sir. I
I know. I'm
appreciate it.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay,
It's just like
let me think.
you're just barreling through.
Of course I am. Okay, so whether
Let
you
me let
hold
me
to,
introduce you.
okay, fine. You introduce it. You introduce it. You've ruined
No, I'm sorry.
everything.
I mean,
You've ruined
no,
it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Matthew.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, hey, everybody. We got our next one lined up. We're going to talk about another topic now. The last one is over. Screw having smooth transitions. It's going to be abrupt and jarring.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty great thing, isn't it? Just to go, hey, you know, Matthew, this idea you were trying to do, I hate it. I'm doing whatever I want to do. You know, true friends do things like that. It's so great. I love it.
Sorry.
It's so no. Please continue. I'm waiting for you. Whenever you're ready.
Speaking of having many friends and a few friends, it reminds me of the next topic we have, our next question, which is examining tropes that you would find in movies and TV and books and things like that. Between
really good stuff. Yep.
Between whether or not your friends, do you get your strength from your friends? Like, is true power friendship, or another common trope is the true reward was the friends we made along the way. So yeah.
Hey Nathan. I got a question for you. Which one do you think is good? Which one do you think is good out of these two? I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm really sorry. But which trope do you think is good? To have the power of friendship, or it's all about the people we met along the way?
I'm sorry, Matthew. I think it's better if you make the friends along the way. That's the true treasure.
Yeah, because screw those guys. I mean, you've left them. You've left them in the dirt. You're moving on in life. Just like, who cares? I met them and I'm moving on. That's whatever.
No, that's not what I mean at all. Like, it's not what I mean at all.
Explain yourself. What do you mean? What do you mean?
If you would let me finish my thought, I would explain.
Concept. Would you let me finish? Would you let me follow my train of thought till its completion? Why would I ever do such a thing like that, Nathaniel?
It's not my name. My name is Nathan.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I might have lost my cool there for about 4 minutes. So
yeah. Hey, what was up with that? Are you dealing with something?
Excuse me. I'm sorry. All right, Nathan.
Yeah.
Why do you think that it is better? Why do you think it is better that the real reward is the friends we made along the way?
I mean, because it just shows you that you don't really need. It's not about the journey. Wait, no. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey.
Okay.
So, like, think of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the movies. What is the best scene in all of the trilogy?
The best scene?
The best scene.
It's probably one of my favorites is the Battle of Plenor Fields at the end of the third movie. And you've got these big old war elephants that are coming on, charging against the forces of Gondor, and you've got these guys, that are just like, oh, I'm gonna get you. And then Legolas does all these cool, flips and tricks and things, and brings down a whole elephant, and Gimli just goes, that only counts as one. That's one of my favorite scenes because it's so cool.
It is a cool scene, but that doesn't support my argument, so it's not the best scene in the whole trilogy.
Oh, I'm sorry you asked me a question. I only just gave you an answer.
There was an objective right answer, and you did get it wrong. I'm
You know
sorry.
what? You're right. When it comes to cinema and discussing subjective things, there is an objective answer to those questions. My apologies.
Yeah, I forgive you. The best
Thank
part,
you.
the best part of the trilogy is at the end when Frodo wakes up from his nap in that big old bed and all of his friends come in. There's Gandalf. There's Aragorn. There's Frodo. I mean, no, wait, he's already there. Legolas comes in, Gimli, and then of course Pippin and Merry. I mean, they're all jumping around. They're having a pillow fight, and then like Sam walks in. He's like, "Hey, you know,"
Hold on, real quick
and
before you
it's
continue. Before you continue, we talked about random trivia facts. Um, I I saw this online, and it might be one of my favorite like fan theories. Is
oh yeah, about Legolas.
in the movies, Frodo does not know Legolas's name because there are only 2 scenes in all 3 movies where they're in the same scene together. It's when they form the Fellowship of the Ring in the first movie, and then this scene right here, and everyone walks in, and Frodo mouths their names. He's like Gandalf, Aragorn, and then Legolas walks in, and he just stares at him.
He smiles politely.
It's so funny that I truly believe that in the movies he does not know Legolas's name.
I would like that. I would like that very much. Like, oh, dude, it's been so long. It would be awkward now for me to say, "Who are you again?" Like, I can't. I just gotta nod my
Oh,
head.
it's so fun. Oh, it's so funny. Anyways, as you were.
Yeah. No, it's just, and I think in that moment, there's just a lot of subtext. I mean, one, he doesn't know Legolas's name, but two,
Neither do
you
you.
can tell. You said whatever. You said the guy who said container earlier instead of continue. Okay.
Who cares?
Uh,
Love
look,
keeps no
the
record
thing
of
is,
wrong, Nathan.
I hate you. But anyway, Frodo looks around at all his friends, and you can just see it in his eyes. He goes, "You know what? They didn't give me gold. They didn't give me treasure. And that's okay because the true reward of my quest to destroy the One Ring was the friends I made along the way."
Wow. That's
It's
incredible.
very touching. Like, it's my favorite moment because I was like, wow, this definitely will support a dumb argument I'm going to have with a friend way off in the future.
Well, according to psychology, psychology
Okay.
.com. That's a strange not word. Um, they talk about in their article entitled "The Power of Friendship: Understanding the Importance of Strong Bonds." They
Hmm.
write, or I guess they. This is done by just Leo, no last name. So
Hey,
Leo
Leo.
writes, friendship is a fundamental aspect of the human life that enriches our everyday experiences, except for right now because things are deteriorating at a very rapidly growing pace. Having close friendships can help us prevent loneliness or isolation, provide us with supportive companions, except for right now. We work towards living purposeful lives. However, finding friends can sometimes be challenging, especially as
Hmm.
we grow older and our lives become busier. Like, remember
Gets
that one time
depressing.
where I said, "Hey, I'm not doing anything. Take all the time you need." And you're like, "Wow, you jerk." And I was like, well, I'm trying to be considerate. But, anyways, in this article, I'm not going to read that. Oh, gosh, this is a lot longer than I thought. Let's skip down to. Okay, so here's the role of the power of friendship in personal development. It
Okay.
boosts self esteem. There is emotional growth, except for right now. There is
Except for
friendship.
us.
There's friendship and mental health. There's stress relief.
Sure.
What about friendship and physical health? If I glued all your books shut, you'd finally start running.
That's all it takes. That's all
See,
it would take, fam.
that's the true power of friendship. Elmer's glue.
It keeps friends close and it keeps your book shut, so your friend has to go running.
Right. It promotes unity and it helps spread empathy. I mean, the true power of friendship is not the friends we made along the way. It's, hey man, how are you doing? How can I help you? Oh, that train of thought you had? Oh yeah, I'll let you finish it before I interrupt you. Things like that.
You're right. Samwise Gamgee never did that to Frodo.
No, he kind of did. But that was only because he was one of Frodo's closest and goodest friends.
Uh-huh. But there was never a moment where Frodo was like, never mind. Just paint me in a worse light. I don't want to compare myself to Samwise Gamgee.
You are the Samwise to someone's Frodo, because right now it's not me.
No, you were supposed to be Frodo. I don't know. I'd rather be Frodo. Because I get to the important job to carry the ring.
You know what? I'll let you have the important job. Because that means there's less stress on me.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Fine.
Well, Nathan, I'm about to transition. Would you like to interrupt me, or do you have any thoughts right now?
I mean, I prefer to interrupt you.
All right, so anyways, which is the best type of friendships? There's a lot of friendships that are presented in media across time, but two of the biggest representatives of friendships is the buddy cops and the old lady ensembles.
Yeah.
So I would like to talk about buddy cops very quickly.
Oh, okay. Okay. Remember, it has to be very quickly.
All right, so this comes from tasteofcinema.com. Give me just a freaking second, my man.
That you're going to speak really fast.
So this is top 10 buddy cop movies. You just ruined the joke I was about to do. Buddy cop is a loose genre that is characterized by featuring two or more members of the police force or law enforcement in general who bond together, will solve a mystery, and hunt down criminals. One defining trope is that they tend to have clashing personalities with contrasting ages, background, and demeanors as they both slowly learn to trust in each other. The niche genre could be traced back to 1949 with Japanese director Akira Kurosawa released Stray Dogs, a post-war noir set in Tokyo's underworld, which is considered to be the stepping stone of the genre. It was first popularized in the West around the 80s, thanks to classics like Lethal Weapon and 48 Hours, gaining a lot of traction in following decades. Ever since, it has become a staple in action cinema, and is a recurrent today as it has ever been. The success of the buddy cop movies can be narrowed down to the great blueprint they provide. And here's the blueprint of number 10, Hot Fuzz. Number 9, Hard Boiled. Never heard of that one. Number 8, The Nice Guys. That's a good one. Number 7, Seven.
Oh, yeah, that's also a good one.
Number 6, Lethal Weapon. Wait. There's 2 pages. I'm not looking. You can look that rest of it up. So, yeah, buddy cops are the best.
Yeah, they're pretty great. There's a video game called Disco Elysium, and while I don't fully recommend it because it's mostly communist propaganda, you do play as a detective who has lost all his memories, and your fellow detective is a pretty good buddy cop to the main guy. It's pretty funny, the interactions you can have with him.
You know, one of my favorite buddy cop movies, actually my 2 favorites, one of them is the Will Ferrell and Matt Damon movie, The Other Guys.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that one. That's funny.
Wait. You mean Mark Wahlberg?
Shoot. What did I say?
Matt Damon.
I always mix them up! Every time I always mix them up, and I never intend to do it. Oh my gosh! And
Yeah.
the other one is Rush Hour. I love
Oh
Rush
yeah.
Hour. That was so good.
That's a great. It's a great one.
Um, Dang it, Mark freaking Wahlberg. Oh my gosh.
He's pretty good.
Anyways,
Um, yeah, I got old lady ensembles. I I thought I was gonna have two good examples because I was thinking I was like, what's a good one? And I was like, oh, the movie Steel Magnolias, and then I looked it up, and they're like not old ladies in that. Like that was Dolly Parton and the gang when they were younger. So it just, I mean, they're older now, but it did feel kind of rude on my part to be like,
wow,
oh, this is a great example of an old lady ensemble. And they're
wow,
like all middle aged or younger, you know?
wow, Nathan,
So,
that's incredibly rude.
yeah, yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Dolly Parton. And I think Julia Roberts was in that. I don't remember the names of the other actresses. I'm so sorry.
You've already just
But
keep
they're.
moving on. You've already disrespected them a little bit. Don't continue to disrespect them.
Okay. But whenever you think of old lady ensembles, the go-to on TV is the Golden Girls. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you got Dorothy, um, Blanche, and Rose, and the older lady. Uh, you know, they're so snazzy. Whew.
Snazzy. Whoa.
I put snippy and sassy together.
Oh,
Snazzy.
I was gonna say nasty and sassy. Snazzy.
Snazzy. Ugh. Um, no, they're witty, they're sassy, but there's also a lot of heart, you know, because it's a sitcom at the end of the day. But it does make me think. Like, I mean, buddy cop duos are cool, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Like it's always neat seeing two cops, and you're like, oh man, I wonder if they're buddy cops, you know. One more experienced veteran, he's just done with the world, and then you got the fresh faced recruit who wants to make a difference, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
but something that's mysterious to me is seeing like a group of old ladies as friends, because I'm just like, what do y'all talk about,
Wait,
you know?
Nathan.
Hmm.
That sentence you just said might be one of the wildest things we've said on this episode. Old lady friends are mysterious to me.
They are. It makes
Nathan,
me want to go all Mrs. Doubtfire
you
and be like, "Oh, hello, I'm Mrs. Butterworth. Can I be one of your friends?" Just so I can hear what these old ladies talk about.
Nathan, as a paid minister, I really should break that fact up. Um,
No,
I I know what the old ladies talk about, and
it's grandchildren.
it's exactly the same as you would just expect. Like, oh yes, here my grandchild did
Boys?
this. Oh yes,
Oh,
huh?
I thought you were saying it's exactly the same as you'd expect younger women to talk about, which I just expect them to talk about boys all the time.
Nathan, you would be very surprised.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, I'd brush past that
Enlighten me
fact.
more.
They talk about why they've been in the hospital that week,
Hmm.
and
Classic subject.
they go into great, excruciating detail sometimes, and I'm like, I'm getting queasy right now, but I can't let them know.
Yeah, you got to be strong. They can sense the weakness upon you.
And that's probably why they continue to bring it up when I talk to him.
They're like, "Hey, let's make this young whippersnapper uncomfortable."
Oh gosh. Well, I
You
feel
know,
like that's everyone's goal because I am always uncomfortable.
let's see if we can bring the young whippersnapper to an uncomfortable level that he's never been to before.
I've experienced a lot of uncomfortable situations. I would prefer not to go, as All Might from the anime My Hero Academia says, go beyond. I would prefer not to go beyond what I already have.
Yeah. You know, when my grandmother was still around, she used to teach a Sunday school class. She taught like the old ladies four class. I mean, women four class or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the final class for the old women in the church.
Mm-hmm.
And she would often talk about how, people just didn't stop coming to the Sunday school class. Like if they weren't showing up, is because they probably just died. So it's like the last thing they went to before heaven was my grandmother's class.
Wow. Why would you bring that up?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
We're not beating
It
the
sounded
allegations.
funny.
We're
It just
not beating
sounded.
the allegation. Nathan, you continue to every time you start bringing up something incredibly dark and depressing, and you're just like, yeah, comedy podcast, am I right, boys?
It just sounded more funny in my head. I don't know.
Well, let me
I
tell
don't.
you, it should have stayed in your head because that's pretty sad.
It's what she would say, and she'd laugh sometimes about it.
Great.
Uh,
She laughing right
anyway,
now?
maybe she's up in heaven right now.
Dang, I didn't know the teacher could graduate from the class.
Yeah, she did.
Anyways,
So friendship. What a magical topic. What a wonderful positive thing to discuss.
I hope you've all been
Friends.
encouraged by our increasingly more in-depth conversations about friendship and how the ladies in class number 4 at Nathan's church eventually graduate.
To heaven itself.
Whew,
Look,
well,
man, it just made sense. We were talking about old lady ensembles, the mystery of what old ladies talk about, and then you brought up the church and the old ladies who talk there, and it made me remember my grandmother's Sunday school class.
Nathan, you don't have to retrace our steps into how we got here. I'm fully aware of how we got here. My degree is in counseling. I can hear things and remember them fairly well.
Okay. Yeah.
Just
Just retracing our steps. My bad.
Thank you, Nathan. Well, let's go ahead and cue the music. Well, folks, this is the end of the episode. Hopefully, you've seen our friendship blossom and become even better friends as the episode continued on. And as I've said earlier, love keeps no record of wrongs. And I
Right.
have been a shining example of not bringing up past grievances from Nathan. So I just hope
Thank
that this
you.
is an encouraging episode to you listeners.
When you said the listeners have seen how our friendship has blossomed, you know what it has blossomed like?
Hmm.
It blossomed like that famous flower that only blooms once every couple years, and when it blooms, it smells like a rotting dead thing. That's that's how it feels like has blossomed as that flower.
I'm trying really hard not to make a joke about that in the old lady class.
Hey, leave him alone.
You're the one that brought it up. Anyways, hopefully the flowers around you smell nice today, and that the sky appears to be brighter, though it is currently quite cloudy for the both of us. But in order to really express your thoughts for friendship and how you think our friendship is going and whether or not we should both see counselors, you can let us know by emailing us at absurdargumentsforyou@gmail.com. That is absurdarguments, the number 4, the letter U, @gmail.com. And Nathan, don't we have social media as well?
We do.
You do this every time. It's just a nice way to say, of course we do. And you can reach us at, I do it every time. And you never pick up on that cue. And it just.
Okay. All right. I've got it. All right. Hey, we have social media. Look us up everywhere you look things up on social media, like Facebook and Threads and Instagram and YouTube. Not
and
X.
We're also on Blue Sky. No, I'm just kidding. We're not on Blue Sky. That's just Twitter too.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh wow, it's Twitter too.
Oh. Well, now I've learned something. That's his true favorite trivia fact he likes to share.
Yes, indeed. Well, Nathan, as we ride off into the cloudy sunset, would you like to? Gosh, that's very foreboding, don't you think, or foreshadowing how we talked about? Oh, it's pretty cloudy today. We're going to talk about friendships. Right. What could possibly go wrong?
This is ominous. Indeed. As we go off into this sunny day, let's think positive. We'll manifest. Sunny day.
Sorry,
day.
I didn't mean to laugh at that.
Anyway, my final word is this. Hey, friendship is magic, folks. Enjoy your friends. Be a good friend to others, and they'll be a good friend to you.
However many or few friends you have, just be better towards them than Nathan and I towards each other.
Right. We're an example of what not to do sometimes.
Exactly. Well, that'll do it for us, folks. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Absurd Arguments, and we will see y'all in the next one. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta get my laptop real quick.
Okay.
I'm almost got it. I've almost got it, Nathan. I'm at my bag.
It's cool. I'm just staring at my gun, a visual history book I have.
Unzipping my
it's
bag.
About guns.
Got my laptop. Moving.
It's cool. I'm just staring at my figurine of a centipede on my bookshelf.
Okay.
Oh, you're back. Okay.
So, Nathan, we have a few questions to discuss.